Hi, folks. Charles Jama here. I wanted to show you this letter. It's from the nation's largest retirement plan, the TSP. But look at the title here. Retirement income should be the outcome. Now, most of us, when we're creating retirement savings in our 401k or even IRAs for that matter, imagine that we're going to use it for income. Oh, I've talked to thousands of people. Well over a decade, we've been doing this, planning for families to retire successfully. And most of us imagine it's going to be used for income, at least a good portion of it. So along with your Social Security, and some of you few fortunate ones that have a pension, you're going to have to create your own income. Now you're making your own paycheck. Used to get a paycheck. Now you're going to create your own paycheck. How? Well, the federal government, their target fund, like you have target funds at the 401k, they have a target fund for income, and they use primarily a government fund. It's returning about 1% or so this year. The issue is that we like you to get about 3% for inflation. And so with the Federal Reserve saying they're going to keep interest rates suppressed for the next couple of years, what will you do so that your money doesn't do one of these and shrink slowly? CDs, what are they producing? Money market? Because some of you have access to a money market at your 401ks. Some of you might even have a government type treasury fund, but they're not producing much interest, are they? So what do you need? Let's talk about a home I bought about 8 years ago. And it had these Napa style garden boxes about thigh height. And a few weeks after we moved in, we saw plants starting to sprout up. And a couple months later, guess what we had? Besides a lot of other things, a bunch of this, but a bunch of kale. Now, kale was great initially. I would sear it front and back with some salt and olive oil when I make my eggs in the morning. You could cut it into strips and throw it into your pasta water the last 4 minutes and toss it through. You could steam it, add it to Asian dishes, until finally your body said, enough kale. I've had kale up to here. It's the same way with investing. You can't do just one thing. If you try to, it's not balanced. It's not a balanced diet. Look, you may like steak and potatoes, but 3 times a week with steak and potatoes might not be so hot for you. Once or twice a month might be good for your blood. A balanced diet, a balanced, diversified portfolio. But first and foremost, you have to create the income. You have to get that income stable. Then you can take risk with stocks, mutual funds, what we like to use a lot, exchange traded funds, ETFs, for future income and growth and other purposes that you might have, like pursuing those things that you dreamed about, your bucket list things, spending time with the people and the things that you love, traveling and picturing it that day that you can pursue those things.